What's happening, people? Dan Lawless here, back with another edition of the West Ham Week, where I take 3 of the biggest stories from West Ham and I break them down into 2-minute sections. First of all, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who left such overwhelmingly positive feedback on the opening episode. Seems you guys really enjoyed it, which I'm happy about, and hopefully you guys continue to enjoy it going forward. I just want to remind you guys to press that subscribe button and also press the bell next to it so you guys can get notifications. You can be updated as soon as we've uploaded a video. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Start the timer. So, Snodgrass, the guy that everyone's been wondering, is he going to leave? When's he going to leave? It seems that Slaven Bilic and the club have told him he is surplus to requirements, which will be music to a lot of people's ears. A lot of fans have wanted to see him moved on this summer. It hasn't quite worked out for him in this transfer. I know a lot of people, when we first signed him, were quite excited about getting Snodgrass, especially with where we were in January. We were doing quite poorly, and we needed a player to give us a lift, and we needed a replacement for Payet. And we thought he could be that short-term replacement at least, or something like that. And it just didn't work out, which I feel really bad for Snodgrass. I don't think he's a bad player. I really don't. I just don't think he fits at West Ham. I mean, he finished last season as Hull's top goal scorer. I think if they kept him, they would have stayed up. So it's a bit sad that we sort of took their player and didn't really get much use out of him when they could have really used him. So there's a lot of clubs that are really interested in Snodgrass. I know Aston Villa are one. Brighton, Leeds. I think Celtic is a possible destination. But I think either of those clubs, he'd fit in really well and he'd do a job. But for some reason, it just didn't quite work out. The first couple of games, he actually looked all right for us. His work rate, he was tracking back and winning tackles and in the midfield and all that sort of thing. But after that, he just sort of faded out a bit. I will say this. He is one of our best free set piece takers. His corners, I think, are the best we've had in recent times. Lanzini's are very poor, so that was nice to have someone who's good at corners. But yeah, all I can say is if he does leave, I wish him the best of luck. I'm sorry it didn't work out, Snodgrass, and let's just hope we can get some half-decent money for him. Let's see. Okay, so moving on to Karen Brady, Miss Popular. That's right. She has come out recently, I think it was today or yesterday, and said she's defended basically the away fixtures, basically, that we've had to have constant away games for the Athletics, which is, you know, the fans have not been happy about it. I think the actual thing that she uses, the fans have not been hoodwinked, because famously she came out and said that our fixtures would take priority. Now, what she said here, which is quite right, is this was agreed ahead of time, these athletic championships, so this was going to happen. So that's fair enough. There's a few things I do take umbrage with, interesting word, is the fact that she said this will never happen again. Now, how can we believe you when you said our fixtures would take precedent before? She said it's not going to happen again. And the thing is, we know there's going to be more athletics there next year. They're talking about Cricket World Cup and things like that, which is maybe it's fine if we're not in Europe. But if we're in Europe and we get those earlier games, I can't see how we are going to get to play. So she's basically said it's a once in a lifetime situation, that our games won't take precedence. Don't really believe you. She's basically saying it's not an excuse that it affects the team. So you can't really use any excuses affecting the team. But it can, but that's not the issue. That's not the issue. We just don't want our fixtures, like I said previously about Sky, we don't want our fixtures pissed about. So that's my argument, is we just want to sit there and be able to play our games at home, not give up our home advantage and all that sort of thing. So I think she might be playing the long game. 8 million every time to convert it. I think that she's hoping they just give it to us on the cheap. So she could be playing a game. Let's see. Fingers crossed, because I can't take this anymore. Okay, finally. Still going on with the Cavallo saga. It seems to be maybe a backer situation. Let's see. What's come out now? Almost conflicting reports, or what seems to be conflicting reports, that the backer deal has stalled. Now, two reputable sources, Matt Lawless, my cousin, and ex-West Ham employee have both been reporting on this. Matt was the original one who told me about Carvalho. He told me, in fact, a few days before anyone else even knew we was going for him. So he's got a very credible source. I'm not sure I can actually even reveal, but I will say it's a good source that told him we were in for him in the first place. So when he says that the reason why it may stall, the fact that he's come out of it, I'm inclined to believe him because I know of his source. Now, ex-employee has said that we're still very much in for him. Now, if you look at the actual article Matt wrote, he said that the price is what's stalled it, basically, but we are still hoping we can complete the deal. Now, ex-employee has said we're still hopeful of completing the deal. So if you look at all the little bits that have said and you match it up, it comes to a cohesive story that I think they're trying to get the price down, but they're confident in getting their man. And I think if we miss out on 5 million, that's a silly reason. It wouldn't be anything new, but I can, if we really want him, I can see this happening. I'm not so sure about the reports that we're in for like a couple of other Portuguese players or something from like Porto and Benfica. It's like, all right, we're not going to get that Portuguese player. Let's go get him. Oh no, like we need a Portuguese player or something to sell some shirts in Portugal. I don't know, but let's see. Hopefully we get Cavallo, we wrap it up, and that could be that solid midfielder. He's got that accurate passing, which we need. We've been very sloppy with passing. So fingers crossed, we'll be following it and just get it wrapped up or just end it, either way. So that's it. That's all I've got time for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I do want to say that we are having a brand new website built. So I can't go into too much detail at the moment, but this website is looking very, very good. It is looking sexy. I will say that. Once it's out, I'm going to do a video, give you guys a full tour of the website, give you some information on who's building it for us, but it's looking great. So that's all I'm going to say. I'll be back next week. Good luck to everyone who's travelling down to Southampton. Hope you guys enjoyed the game and have a better time than I did at Man United. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us Twitter, Facebook. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.